Welcome to this week's edition of Wolves Weekly. I'm your host, Mark Colachico, the Director of Media Relations here at Western Oregon University. I'm joined today by head men's basketball coach Brady Bergeson. Brady, how are you doing today?
Doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good. Coming off two big wins for you, first against Montana State Billings here at home, and then the big win on Saturday in double overtime against Seattle Pacific. Let's first talk a little bit about the game against the Yellow Jackets.
We executed really well in that game. I thought our guys really came out and were very aggressive early on. We got them in transition a little bit early, and we really ran our offensive stuff hard. And, I think we were a little bit, I think we were pretty hard to guard in terms of just the quality with which we did what we did offensively. We shared the ball as we've been doing a pretty good job of, and guys converted, and we slowly built up a decent lead, and then you always like it when your guys can take a 10 or a 12-point lead and increase that and not slip back and let teams have big runs in it, and we were able to do that.
Well, and then let's flip the page a little bit. You had a big night on Saturday. You guys came in, welcomed the Falcons of Seattle Pacific into the new PE building, and it was a battle really for first place in the conference. They'd beaten you one time already, your lone loss in conference play so far up at their place, and then you guys welcomed in here. Let's look at some of the highlights as we talk a little bit about that game. It was a big win for you guys. It was a huge double overtime victory in front of a huge crowd where you guys had over 800 people here with the alums and stuff. But talk a little bit about it while we watch these highlights.
Well, we had a tremendous crowd. They were active, a lot of the student athletes, and fans, as well as our alumni on our alumni night. And that's always a special night for us and our kids to reconnect with those guys who've come before us. We always look forward to that. So we were really pleased, obviously, with the outcome, but also that we were able to share that with our alumni and all of the fans that had come to support us. It felt like two heavyweight boxers going at a 12-round decision. It took till double overtime for somebody to decide it, and you got to give Seattle Pacific a lot of credit for battling hard as well as our kids did, and the game was heart on display in front of a big crowd, and those games are a lot of fun to watch. It's where guys are exhausted and gutting themselves to make one more play, and it still doesn't end, and then they got to do it again. They've got to do it again, and that's kind of what it came down to. Extremely proud of our effort and our focus and the grit and the teamwork that it took to accomplish what we did there in that night. And as this conference play goes on, we've got to get ready for more of those potentially. So, just a good, gritty, hard-fought, gutsy win, and I would have been just as proud of our guys' efforts had we not come out on top in a double overtime effort like that. Just in terms of an effort standpoint, just tremendous.
And then you saw the highlights there. Devon Alexander hit a game-tying three-pointer at the end of regulation to send it to the first overtime, and then both teams scored 7 points, and then Devon hits a big three-pointer right there with just over a minute left. That really secured the victory for you guys. A big 10-point victory, 94-84. You guys pull 2 games ahead of both Seattle Pacific and Central Washington in the current GNAC standings. And Coach, you probably don't know this, but a big congratulations. You guys, with the win, moved up 4 spots in the current rankings, so we're 20th in the country now. So, a good thing to hang your hat on there. But let's flip the page a little bit. You guys are on the road this week. You're going to Central Washington on Thursday and then out to NNU on Saturday. You beat both of those schools already here inside the new PE building, but they were both come from behind victories. You really had to fight your way to get those. But talk a little bit about Central Washington now. You guys are going into their place, tough, hostile crowd, tough place to play. They've already beaten Western Washington on their root sports game. So, what are you guys looking forward to on Thursday?
Yeah, they're extremely tough to play at home at their place. Their crowd's a factor. And they always play well on their home court. They're hungry. They're going to be ready for us, and we're going to be ready for them. It's going to be really, I think we look into this, and and we look at this week, you know, there's some significant amounts of travel and you know, the things that come along with that. But we're really looking forward to the challenge. We really are. We know we've got to prove. We got 5 of our last 7 on the road, and if we're going to be where we want to be at the end of the road, we have to prove it on the road. So I think our guys are excited for that challenge. I think that we're taking the challenge very seriously, and we're taking Central Washington very seriously, as you'd have to. They are one of, if not the most talented team in the conference. They're loaded. They play very well. They're fast. They're explosive. They're deep. They can shoot it. And they've got guys that can really give you problems. So they gave us a lot of problems the first time around. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the challenge. I think it's going to be another heavyweight fight.
And then we won't talk here about the NNU game, but yeah, I know you guys are looking. You'll flip that page once you get past Central Washington. But one thing I do want to talk about, and you talk about 5 of your final 7 games on the road. You've got a big one a week from tomorrow when you guys are at St. Martin's. And let's not talk about the opponent, but let's talk about the atmosphere. It's going to be the Root Sports Game of the Week. It's the only college game in the region going on that night. On the men's side, at that time of the evening, it'll be an 8 o'clock game. But what are you guys looking forward to being on a regional sports network?
You know, it's really it's a real honor to be able to play on a regional sports network game. You know, specifically on a night that there won't be a lot of other, at least sporting conflicts on TV. We hope to get a lot of viewership there. And, you know, I think it was a good decision to move the game time to Wednesday so that we could have that opportunity. Our guys, you know, can tell fans and friends and family regionally about the game, and you know, hopefully it brings even more increased exposure to our university and our athletics department. And you know, that part of it is great and is exciting. You know, in terms of the preparation, it won't mean a thing for us. It'll just be one more thing we kind of have to block out and forget about it as we build up for game time. But what we won't block out is that heated rivalry between us and St. Martin's. So we're looking forward to that one. Of course, when that time comes, we'll be ready and prepared for that one and excited for it. But it's just going to be a good basketball night, and we're looking forward to it. We hope some fans can come up and support us up in Lacey as well.
Well, Coach, we wish you guys good luck this week. Fans, just a reminder, the Wolves are on the road for the next 3 games. They start on Thursday at Central Washington. Then on Saturday, they travel to to Northwest Nazarene. And then, as we were talking just a minute ago, a week from tomorrow, the Wolves will be on the road again in Lacey for the Root Sports Game of the Week when they take on the St. Martin's Saints. But we'll talk about that one next week. Coach, we wish you guys good luck this week.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next on Wolves Weekly. And as always, go Wolves.